All right, DB, it's game 2 from the Saddle Dome, and our coverage here on the fourth period is presented by Bitbuy. Use referral code TFP to receive up to $50 in free crypto while terms and conditions apply. The NHL playoffs and playoffs in general are all about adjustments, Dennis. So which team, I know Calgary won, has to make the bigger adjustment heading into game 2?
Well, I think that, first of all, Darryl Sutter does listen to the media because he said that he heard that last series was boring, so he wanted to spice it up by having his team score 9 goals. Here's the thing. I think Calgary played fine structurally. Markstrom was terrible. He was awful. Some of those, I was stunned. For a guy who played at that level so high all season, to give up some of those goals, they surrendered. So to me, he was really the main reason they got back in the game at 6-2, the Oilers. I don't think that's going to happen again tonight. I do not like the Oilers' coverage in their own zone. I haven't, Irf, when they lost to the Kings, that's what you saw. Lack of commitment, lack of coverage. The goal to make it 7-6 from Rasmus Anderson, there was nobody within 20 feet of him at the net. So to me, that has to change. I'm not optimistic because they're not a very good defensive team at this point, Edmonton.
Yeah, you talk about the defensive structure of games. The Calgary Flames, yes, they did let the Edmonton Oilers back into it, but it was on the back of this one guy, Connor McDavid. Now, no one can stop him. I think that's a known fact now in the National Hockey League, but how do you contain 97?
I don't think you worry about containing him. If I'm coaching, here's what I do. He's going to get his 3 points or 4 points. Like, we can't go to the penalty box 5 times because they might score 3 times. I've got to make sure that Zach Hyman and Evander Kane and Ron Nugent-Hopkins don't hurt us, because I assume Connor's going to hurt us. If the Calgary coaching staff watched a minute of the King series, they'll realize who the best player on the planet is right now. I think you have to commit to saying, okay, he's going to get the rest of the lineup you need to hold down.
Would you have gone to Koskinen to start game 2, or do you go back to Mike Smith as what the Oilers are doing?
There was some talk on TSN radio in Edmonton that they should go to Stuart Skinner. I recall him from Bakersfield. So to me, I didn't see enough from Koskinen, to be frank, to start him in game 2. If he had come in, given up 1 goal, stemmed the tide, maybe you lose the game anyway, I didn't see enough from him. Jay Woodcroft has said they believe in Mike Smith. He knows he has our confidence, so I assume you go back to Mike Smith. Or he can't play worse.
Yeah.
He really can't. I mean, that was a record. 2 goals in 51 seconds to start a Stanley Cup playoff game. He can't play any worse. You got to expect that. Like in the Kings series, he did bounce back after bad performances. He had a bad game 5, wound up winning 6 and 7. But again, this is a very different animal they're facing. This is not a offensively challenged Los Angeles Kings team. He has to face now a very depthful Calgary team that got 9 on him. Actually, not 9, but knocked them out very early.
DB, thank you very much for this. Take the over as the Calgary Flames and Edmonton Oilers will meet for game 2 a little bit later on tonight at the Saddle Dome.